Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday the 25th of March, about 2:30. It's a week since I did my last video. What I'm going to talk about today is about these fish, the ones in the front pond. A bit of fiberglassing. I'm going to show you something I've done and tell you where I am regards the front pond, and obviously show you how we progress. Now, last week I asked you for some comments on whether to insulate and clad the front pond. A lot of people got in touch. The overwhelming thing was insulate and clad, don't leave it as it was. These fish, well, they seem a bit unsettled. I don't know. I've just switched everything off just to give you a better look at them without taking the net off, and just to explain what we're going to talk about today. Some of the things I'm doing are a bit unorthodox for me, because I've never tried to do some of the jobs I'm doing the way I'm doing them. That'll become obvious once I go down and show you what I'm on with. We're still a mess, but we will be. Even now we've got the tub out with the fish in the front, but we're living in the garage we've got that out here now. Need to get tidied up, so after this video and after the jobs I'm doing tomorrow, it's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow, so I should be able to crack on and get them done. I'll be able to tidy up a little bit. Got to make an effort and take Hillary out for a meal or something, because I've been neglecting her, coming out here at 10 o'clock in the morning and not going back until 6 o'clock at night. But the jobs have got to be done. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a lot of time for anything else. So right then, I'll show you what I've set up down in the shed and what I'm going to do. But as you can see, the resin's out again. So this is how I set my little bay up when I'm actually going to do some fiberglassing. Get a bit of cardboard down for the acetone and mixing the resins on, because it makes a mess. The acetone, when you're cleaning your equipment out, always makes a mess. But just try and protect stuff as best you can. The reason I've got this out is because I've started building my small tool shed at the side here. Now you'll say, well, there's less here than there were last time. What it is, this is 8 foot where I'm going to put my tool shed, and I can't get round this corner side of the greenhouse with an 8 foot sheet or a couple of 8 foot sheets of board, so I'm having to do it in 2 sections. But because I'm going to be up near that fence, very close to that fence, I'll never be able to get to that corner again, into that side, without ripping everything out. So I've decided what to do is, best thing to do is fiberglass the boards on the outside and flow coat them. So I've had it built up in there, then I've come back and they're now in here. These are the panels that are going in, and as you can see, I have fiberglassed them. You can see the fiberglass hanging over the bottom there. I'll let that set, and that's the bottom of the wall, and I might leave that on as a bit of a drip shelf. I'm not taking the wall right down to the floor. I'm going to leave a gap, because I'm not actually filling in at the back of the shed, because I need to get through there to behind the shed, obviously behind that wall where that window is. So I'm just going to put either polythene or tarpaulin or something at that end, and just put this wall in the roof on, the door obviously, and just use it as a little tool shed. But as you just there, you'll see a line I've drawn on. That's where I'm going to join the two boards together when we get them out there. And then once I've done that, I'm going to lean it up against the shed itself, the concrete part of the shed. I'm going to fiberglass that joint and flow coat it. And once it's set, I'm going to put it back in position. It's the only way to do it other than build it up, fiberglass it all, and then take it over the roof. Well, a lot of my mates are away this week, so I ain't got the bodies to do that, and I just think this is an easier way of doing it. Never tried it before, it might not work, but I'm sure if I got that round there this morning on my own, with a bit of fiberglass on and a little bit of assistance, I can lift it again, get it round there and get it done. Hopefully they're right about the weather, because I do need some nice weather. But as I say, I don't know whether this is cured yet, but it's due to be flow coated. Oh, it is, it's curing. Yeah, nearly there. So that's good. I'll get that flow coated later. I'm going to actually do it the same colour as that box. I asked the neighbour if she'd like me to put a big Manchester City badge on. She declined that for some reason. But as I say, if you look at that, imagine them two joined together. I think they're going to be about 7.5 foot high. It'll be blue flow coat, and it'll be up to that concrete post, that end, and into these post supports here. And obviously I can get at ends, so anything I do to the ends and the roof, I can get to them. So it just made sense to do it in the way I'm going to do it. I just hope it works. Right, what I'll do now, I'm going to take you on the front and show you what I've done to the front pond. Right, again, just to show you how these springs arrived at this end of the garden. That's in my conifers. We must have prettiest conifers in country, except for a big hole in that side where kids were throwing themselves in it and damaging it, and it's all died off. But yeah, when it all comes into flower, it looks a bit spectacular, that does. It's well colourful. Right, as we go round to the pond, as you can see, it is bordered. I insulated it with about 1.5 inch foam. I've put the feeder on there, it's not working. I've just put it on there to show you where that will be going. As you can see, it's all cladded out. Anybody who's watched the channel on a regular basis will know why there's a padlock on there. I will explain it all again, that this is a pond on the front garden, and we have a kids school which look after kids from nursery age right through till 11, and I wouldn't want any of them to come down and go in my ponds. We haven't quite finished it because this mesh that's on it, this is too thin. I want something like 2-inch square steel mesh with a green plastic cover on it. The reason I've got this is so it lifts up so I can get at the fish. The other side, the other half of it, is actually, I've screwed that down. But the reason I've done it like this, there is a shelf right round like that, and I'm thinking that in the winter I can put perspex on that to cover it, stop the wind chill. I've left gaps in the corner so the water can run down. I know some people will think that's bad joinery, but no, I've done it on purpose. But as I say, the fish are in there. In fact, I might show you again in a minute when I switch everything off. But as I say, it's all been cladded, and this little box here is because I've relocated the electrics so I can get at them easier. So I wasn't sure about this switch box, but it was the only one I could get that would fit in without not being able to have a door on. But as I say, wired that, I got that wired up. There's a pipe there that takes the cable back to the power point where I've taken the main feed from. And obviously if I switch, I've only got the pump and the air pump on, so if I switch them off, you can see should be able to see the fish a bit better now. But they seem to be doing quite well in there. I seem happy enough. But as I say, this shelf is designed to have the mesh on a bit wider than this, so we can see them a bit better. As I said, the feeder will sit over there. I might put some kind of post on it so the lid doesn't go right back, but something just to support it, to hold it up. But I suppose when I've fastened the feeder on, it would rest on that anyway. But yeah, quite like how it's set up. If you see there, I don't know whether you see, yeah, you can see that that's a two-way feed back into the pond. So I've got water circulating to the left and to the right. But as I say, they seem right enough. But this switch, I did ask the chap when I've got it from Blue Lagoon at Tansley near Matlock, and I have dealt with them for years. And I asked him, he says, yeah, it'll be fine. They do use them as well, so if they don't, I've got somebody to shout at. But as I say, easy to set it all up. I've got the UV into this one, but I haven't got it on yet, so I don't really need it. So yeah, simple little setup. Again, got a padlock for it because I don't want anybody coming in and switching it off. I know anybody who wants to could knock these padlocks off. The only other thing is that, how am I going to make that look better? Well, I'm going to tell you what I thought this morning. The cut-offs and the bits I've got left from the cladding and obviously the other timber, I'm thinking that I'm going to make a box. I'm going to make a box there, and I'm going to put that inside the box. I don't like the pump outside in the open all while getting weathered. So what I'm going to do, I think it's 20 inches high, and I'm going to make a box, and then I'm going to put like let's say a bird box lid on it, opening from the top, so I can get in to adjust the air valves and mess about with anything I want. I am going to use this to aerate this pond when I get it going as well. It's only a 30 litre pump, but that's obviously putting enough air into that pond, I'm sure. But I am going to have a session tidying up, because I've got some of the timber ready where I'm going to build the cupboard with. But I think if I build it and put a shelf in for the pump to go on the top, I can then put another door on the front, and I could keep a bit of food in there if I want to, in a plastic container. So if I think they want a bit of food, I can just open that up and chuck a bit in. So I think that's about where we are with it. Thank you for people who did comment, And again, if this is your first time watching my YouTube channel, if you want to give us a thumbs up and a comment, and if you subscribe and press the notification bell, I'll know when you've commented, and I'll be able to answer you as soon as I get to my phone and start answering comments, because very often I don't carry my phone outside with me. I frightened of breaking it, and I watch my videos in early morning and late at night, so that's why a lot of you will wake up to comments what I've made on your channel. So what I do need is the green mesh, and I think I saw some on Phil at Telford Koi. I think he'd got some on his pond before he put his covers on, so if he watches this, give us a shout, mate, and let me know where you got it from, because I have seen some, but I'm not paying 60 odd quid for 3 foot by 6 foot of wire mesh. I think it's too much. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you. Bye bye.